Hello, Roberta. Please be so kind and tell me something about yourself.
Well, I think I can start off when I arrived in Ireland. That it's nearly 10 years ago, and I came to Ireland initially to learn English. I always had that dream to live abroad and experience new cultures, and obviously learn English to improve my communication and be able. In my mind back then, I always thought, oh, if I learn English, I'll be able to talk to anyone in the world. So I came with that dream and came here with nearly zero English, which I tap on my shoulders because I learned all my English here doing English courses. I joined college here after a while. And yeah, I was here and I came to an English school, spent a good few years here studying English and traveling. So I achieved all my goals, let's say, when I came. And then after a while, I said, okay, what's next? And then I felt that my life didn't have any challenge, that everything was too flat. So I said, okay, what if? And there was a thing that I always regretted since I arrived in Ireland. It was that I didn't get to study architecture in Brazil, because back then I was living a completely different life and I chose another path back then. And so I said, no, you can know what? I'm going to stop regretting, because I still have a long life ahead. And what if I join college now and, try something new and see a new career? So then I joined the college here, which was really, really tough, because I didn't quit my job. I just moved back to a part-time job and doing college in the same time. So it was really, really hard. But done and dusted, I got past that part, and I'm working now in construction. I'm working for a lighting protection company, so they do earthing, and we are working in the construction of the National Children's Hospital, which is really exciting to be in that site and see the things happening. And yeah, so this is my very first job in my field, not necessarily in my area, because there's not much of architecture technology what I'm in the role that I'm performing now. But I'm excited anyways to be here and see such an important site being built and being part of this history of Ireland, let's say. And when I said that back then I didn't study architecture, because back in Brazil, I grew up with a theater group family, let's say like this. So my father, he had a theater company since I was young. It was a passion for my father. He was initially IT guy for a aviation company, but doing drama as a hobby, parallel to his own job. At some point, my father quit his job to leave only doing theater and drama, and I was 7 back then. I was 7 years old, and that was my first performance on the stage. My father wrote a play and put my brother to perform, and I was jealous. I want to be in as well. So he wrote 2 lines, one at the beginning, one at the end, and that was my debut in theater.
So you are 7 years old.
I was 7 years old.
Great.
And then that was my career since until I came to Ireland, and was good. I know I have this face, but I quite some years on my way already. So I spent 23 years doing drama, and in parallel doing other things, because working only with arts is quite difficult to make a life of it. Although my father really made it, which is very impressive, but it's tough.
Which was your best character you made?
Oh, hard to say. Well, after a few years working with drama, I ended up going to a college studying performing arts. So I did 3 years college to be able. It was basically to get a diploma and being allowed to teach drama to kids in school or institutions, whatever. And in college, I did one character that was from the movie Shakespeare in Love. So I did Viola, which was the main character. It was really nice. It was a really nice experience. Although it was a college play, I mean, it wasn't professional and all, but I mean, the character was really, really nice, and I think I did really well. And it was a nice way that we put together as a college play, you know. So it was good. But I mainly worked with my father's screenplay. That's a word. I don't know the word in English for that. Because when I came to Ireland, I left this whole life behind completely. So since I'm here, I didn't do anything with theater, not for any reason. I just wanted to experience different things and never looked. Also, being very strict to myself, I always thought that, oh no, I don't have English enough to go performing. How can I say the lines? How can I decorate? How can I have them by heart? I didn't even know the words and wouldn't make any sense. So I felt like I'm not gonna do well. Very strict to myself. Yeah.
Have you been acting also in front of a camera?
Acting in front of a camera. I did some commercials, publicity back in Brazil. I'm not sure if I have something to show about that, but I was a presenter, a TV presenter in a TV show from a small channel in Brazil. We did some YouTube videos as well. It was a TV show that give people tips around the city that were a free entrance. It was really nice. So the TV show calls a free entry, let's say like that, but in Portuguese, obviously. And we used to present every week loads of events for free in the city and tell about the events. So they were mainly plays or concerts or writers. They were in the autograph nights, whatever. And yeah, it was a good experience.
I understood. Have you been traveling a lot in Ireland? What beautiful places have you seen?
In Ireland, I went to few places already. I went to Cork, I went to Galway, I went to Kerry, Donegal. There are loads of places that I want to visit yet. Waterford, Wexford, Tipperary. But mainly the main cities that people talks about quite a lot, then I visit. And in Europe, I visited a good few countries already. Spain, Portugal, Germany, Holland, Austria, Hungary. Good few. I think I accomplished my main. Greece, I just came back from Greece this year. It was an amazing place. It was on my list for so long, and I got that tick. So yeah, good experience already.
How was your first meeting with Ireland and with Irish people?
It was impressive. I was so happy because I came here in March 2013, and I was amazed that I got here days before the St. Patrick's, which is a main party for them here, is the Patreon, the Catholic Patreon of the country. And they celebrate on the 17th of March, the St. Patrick's Day. And I came a few days before that. I think I got here 14th of March. And I was, oh my God, I got here in the carnival of the country. Let's see what they do, what they have. And it was amazing to see. It was my first parade. I went to O'Connell Street, the main street here in Dublin, to see the parade coming by and see all the costumes and the cars and the people performing on the streets, the juggling and circus performance was amazing. It was, wow, that's a really good place to be. And the Irish people, I think that's what keeps me here so long, honestly. I love the Irish way. They are always so welcome. I felt very welcomed in here, and they always treat me so well. I don't have maybe one or two stories of a bit of prejudice, if I can say that. Like, oh yeah, she's a foreigner, or her English is not that good. That's why I always worked so hard to get my English to a good standard so I can communicate and be understood. But the Irish people are just so good. and happy and friendly. And that reminds me a lot of our Brazilian way. We are always partying and laughing and having a laugh of ourselves when something doesn't go well. And the Irish people is just pretty much like that. So yeah.
What do you miss most from Brazil?
In Brazil, I miss my family, obviously. My family, my best friends from my childhood. Like I grew up in Brazil, school, I did college there as well. My friends from the neighborhood that I grew up, we are very, very, very close friends until today. Even like we chat to each other every week, see how everyone is going. And it feels like with the technology, there's no boundaries, right? Everyone is so close to you, but at the same time, so far. I miss my family a lot. My mom, my whole family is there. My mom, my father, my grandma, my brother. And my father has a girlfriend. My parents are separated. My father's girlfriend, my brother's girlfriends. But life has to go on. I choose to be here. And when I came here to Ireland, I didn't come with the idea to stay so long. It's just things started to go well and never had any issue and things was just progressing. And I was, oh, it's going good here. I'm like it. Oh, when I did my English courses, I thought, when I did my first year actually, and I took a decision to buy another English course, was that feeling like I came here to learn English and to travel. And I didn't accomplish that in my first year. So I did another year. And then in my third year, I got my visa to stay permanently here. And I was, okay, now life is going to change. And then I worked a lot for 2 years and traveled and enjoyed life a little. Because my first 3 years here was quite hard being a student and having to work part-time to provide for myself, etc. So then, yeah, after those 5 years, then life started, okay, I'm local, I'm living here. So I think the decision to stay really for life, I don't know if forever, but you can never say never, no? It was after 5 years in Ireland. So when I came was just that feeling, oh, I'm staying for a while, I'm enjoying life a little bit. And then time just go boom, fast. So that's what I say as well. Do something with your time because it flies. And if you don't do anything, you're just going to look back and say, what did I do all those years? And I'm happy when I look back to my story since I arrived in here. I did a lot, so I'm happy.
So in 5 years from now, do you see yourself here?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because, again, this is my first job in my field. I don't know if I'm going to stay, if I have future here. I mean, in construction, in architecture. I am also parallel to this because I can't stop. I cannot do just one thing. I am doing a yoga teacher training and I don't know, mainly I got married recently with a guy that has plans to travel a lot as well. His work provides this as well. So I just think like if I become a yoga teacher training, I can do remote online classes or something. So always playing with what we have at the moment. But I'm not sure. Never say never, but I don't think I'll be here in 5 years. But I don't know where. Let's be open to what the universe has to offer.